A vast network of detention camps does not close on its own. That might seem obvious as I'm saying it, but it bears emphasizing for just a second. The ability to detain civilians is an incredibly potent form of power, and historically, those who possess that power try to maintain it and to keep those camps. Those who are running the camps will not unilaterally close them. In rare cases, court battles can be the triggering event or at least begin the process.
Breaking news, a major ruling regarding Alligator Alcatraz coming down tonight.
A federal judge has indefinitely blocked the detention center from expanding and adding new detainees.
But most of the time, the power exerted is a tool that is more blunt than courts and requires more direct confrontation with the government. Today, I want to go through how concentration camp systems end and what we can do to help get rid of U.S. use of this kind of detention.
Just a few minutes ago, we heard from the communications director with Governor Ron DeSantis' office, and his statement said, quote, "The deportations will continue until morale improves."
One quick thing to say is that concentration camps, the mass detention of civilians without any real trial on the basis of identity, that these camps are in addition to whatever legal system currently exists in a given country. Even when they're officially made legal through safeguards to human rights being limited or removed in some way, camps are an extra legal add-on to get around some kind of limits on who can be detained by the government and what can be done to them.
U.S. Senator Jon Ossoff says his office has uncovered the abuse of pregnant women and children in immigration detention centers across the country.
By the time a country gets to concentration camp detention, it almost always means that the pre-existing society had deep flaws that allowed for human rights abuses of certain groups.
The report also says it identified 18 instances in which children were mistreated, including being denied adequate medical treatment. The Department of Homeland Security has refuted the claim, saying every single allegation is false.
For the Department of Homeland Security to immediately issue a blanket denial without any due diligence or investigations of these credible reports of human rights abuses in U.S. facilities is absurd.
In the U.S., you can't get to the kind of camps we have right now without a huge prison system, which has consistently delivered sky-high incarceration rates compared to most of the world. And in the end, we aren't going to be able to protect any Americans from concentration camps without reforming our justice system in bigger ways for all Americans.
The reality is we declared a war known as the war on drugs, on poor folks of color. And we have gone into those communities, even though studies have now shown for decades that people of color are not any more likely to use or sell drugs than whites.